Manga-Waido.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to announce this month's sales results. Boy, oh boy, here we go. Not looking forward to this. I'm Yuya Saiki. I work as a contract worker in the sales department of a building reform company.
Looks like you topped the sales for this month, Miss Himura. Congratulations!
Great job, boss!
It was nothing, just the basics.
This cool and collected woman is Aya Himura, the complete opposite of me. Like day and night.
Hey, Mr. Saki, something the matter? You look sorta down.
Yeah, well, I wasn't able to reach my goal again this month.
Well, you just recently arrived and you're a contract employee. You don't work full-time. Give it some time.
I don't know about that. Where there's a will, there's a way, as they say. As Ida-san was chiding me, Miss Himura approached us.
Mr. Ida, if you have time to criticize others, you have time to up your sales.
Huh? Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Miss Himura just glared at me coldly and parted. I can't let myself be a burden to the company any longer. What's up, Yuya? Something bothering you? Oh, hey, Mr. Kawahara. Yeah, well, this guy was the head of personnel, and we also went to the same college. When I was out of a job, he recruited me to this company. Yeah, well, I know you, Yuya. You do real work, and you're patient. Give it time. You'll get results. Yes, I'll try not to disrespect you in any way. That's what I want to hear. Go for it, man. Don't lose faith. I told myself I could do this, and made my rounds to potential clients. Here's the estimate that you asked for, sir. Seems a bit high. Yes, well, the plumbing needs work, and that takes time. This estimate is the best we can muster. I checked out some other reform place, and they were way cheaper. No matter how much emphasis I put into it, I could not conclude an agreement. At the office, I would call one potential client after another to no avail. Before I realized it, it was closing time. Already 5 p.m., huh? Well, better head home. Boy, all you do is sit here all day, and when it comes time to leave, you get all excited. Man, what a loser.
Mr. Saki, sure wish you would try a little harder. I'm losing faith in you.
It's not that I don't want to work. But with that said, I'm sorry. I have plans. I better get going. Despite Miss Himura's chiding, I left the office without another word. When I got home, my sister Manami greeted me at the front entrance.
Hey, Yuya. Long day, huh?
Yeah, as usual. Hey, how's Dad doing?
He's doing pretty good today.
Great. You want me to wash you while we have some time?
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm so sorry. I know you're busy and all.
No need for you to apologize. Our family's a bit complicated. My younger sister's in a wheelchair, and my dad is bedridden. 3 years ago, my father and sister were in an accident and are now handicapped. At first, my mom handled everything, but she too fell ill due to the stress and rigors of taking care of them. As for me, I was working at a different company at the time, working overtime practically every night. I decided to resign and work full-time, taking care of my family. Once my mom recovered, I started looking for a job. I have to find a job where I don't have to do much overtime work. That's when I ran into Mr. Kawahara. He offered me a job at his company, and that's where I ended up. I figured if I applied as a contract worker, I wouldn't be obligated to work much overtime. It's been 6 months since I started this job, but I needed to show some results soon.
Hey, Yuya, is that for your job?
Yes, that's right.
Are you enjoying this job?
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Oh, yeah? You were always suited for sales-type work.
Me? Suited for sales?
Yeah, you're always so considerate, and you're good at listening to people.
Yeah? You really think so? Thanks. Actually, my sales record was dismal, but I couldn't tell her that. All I could do was just try and make something of it. Then one day, as I was at the hospital with Manami... Huh? Isn't that Miss Himura? I watched her as she made her way into the examination room. Wonder what's up.
Hey, Yuya. Something the matter?
No, it's nothing. I figured it wasn't any of my business and just forgot about it for now. But then afterwards, I spotted her in the hospital several times after that. I was getting concerned, and I found myself monitoring her at the office.
Sir, I'm going to that meeting with Ace Corporation. I'll write up a report later.
Yeah, great. He can go straight home from there.
Well, I have to check some files for tomorrow, so I'll stop back in after the meeting.
Miss Himura arrived at the office way before everybody, was the last to leave. But watching her, although commendable, it seemed like she was overworked. Hey, Yuya? Don't want to point this out, but staring too much at your female boss can be misconstrued. Yes, right. It's just that I thought she was maybe working a little too hard. Yeah, Miss Himura, actually, as head of personnel, I'm a bit troubled too. She just doesn't take any time off. Really? She never takes off? Yeah, works on the weekends, never takes a holiday. I really shouldn't overlook such things. One day, as I was walking past the rest area, Miss Himura's always on my back about something, and she works overtime every night. How are we all supposed to leave?
Yeah, I know. It's not easy leaving before the boss.
It's like all she knows is work and sleep. I mean, come on, get a life.
Yes, well, I just wish she would take some time off.
That jerk! Hey, Ida! You've got nerve talking to Miss Himura like that after all she's done for you. You got no respect. What the hell do you want, Saiki? All she's done for me? What are you yapping about? Huh? She's covered for you countless times. You don't think I noticed that? Well, I got potential for this company, unlike a temp contract worker like you. If you're a full-time employee, you should be able to allot your time according to your work schedule. Don't blame it on others. Pardon me. Look who's talking. Show some results before you go giving me advice, buddy. Ida just smirked and laughed it off. But then...
Mr. Ida, your sales record isn't much to write home about.
Huh? Yeah, right. Boss? Why are you here?
I was walking by and heard loud voices. Something about knowing only work and sleep, getting a life.
Yes, well, I better get back to work. Sorry. The two staffers immediately went back to their respective workplaces.
I think I heard you speaking up on my behalf.
All I did was say the obvious. That's all.
You don't have to be concerned about me. If you have the time to quibble nonsense with Ida, you have time to work.
With that, she was about to walk away, but... Pardon me, Miss Himura. There's something I want to say.
What is it? You, a guy with the worst sales record giving me advice? You really have nerve, Mr. Saiki.
Yes, well, I know my sales results aren't up to par, but...
Well, if you are able to surpass my sales record, I'll do anything you ask.
Anything?
That's what I said. Anything. Okay, I better get going.
Okay, if that's what it takes. Once I got home, I sat across the table from Manami and told her this. I want to focus on work for a while. I mean, really focus. I was a bit surprised by her response.
All right, sure. I'll talk to Mom and we'll back you all the way.
I talked to my folks, and they encouraged me to do all I could, that they were sorry for all the trouble that they had cost me. We're not that well off, but we hired a helper and decided to try and overcome this dilemma I was in. Okay, I'm ready. I'll show them! From the following day, I was able to get to the office earlier than anybody. I had calls all day, way more compared to before, and landed several interested customers. Yes, sir. I'll be over there later today to explain the details. I made a point to focus on areas that had potential for negotiation. I didn't satisfy all the customers, but I kept at it. This is the estimate I worked out, especially for you. I see. This is a pretty good price, to be honest. It's not super cheap, but I think it's quite reasonable. I used top-notch wood in the hallway area, which will last for years. If you look at it as a whole, you'll find it's agreeable. I see. You seem pretty trustworthy. I'm gonna go for it. We have confidence in giving you the best possible quality and workmanship. Right. I look forward to a great job. Thanks so much, sir. You won't regret it. Because I had plenty of time to work as I pleased, I even contacted the workers on site to see how things were going. Hello? How are things going on site? I see. That's great. I'll be over later to verify everything. I was able to show my customers that we were committed to giving them the best service and work quality that we could. And as a result, customers recommended us to their friends and relatives. I know what I'm doing is probably basic sales, but if I accumulate such sales, our customer base would grow. My sales record increased substantially, and finally, that day arrived. The top salesman for this month is, I'm proud to say, is Mr. Saiki.
Huh? Wow, awesome!
Really? That's Saiki? He's got the top sales result for this month? After work, I was approached by Miss Himura.
Well, I certainly didn't expect that. I never thought you could really surpass my sales record.
Thank you so much, Miss Himura.
As promised, I'll do anything you ask.
Okay then, please, take it off.
Huh?
Your jacket. I want you to take it off. She seemed to submit to my request and slowly removed her jacket. I could see her neck area. It seemed raw and discolored. Just as I thought. That's dermatitis, isn't it?
Hmm? How do you know that?
I had a friend long ago who had an autoimmune deficiency, and he had the same symptoms.
I see. I've been going to various hospitals and finally found one that correctly diagnoses it.
Miss Himura, I want you to take a long rest and beat this thing.
Huh? Are you saying that this is your request for me?
That's right. I'm asking you to take time off and get some rest.
Why are you so concerned about my health?
My father had an accident 3 years ago, and now he's bedridden, and my sister's in a wheelchair. They will never go back to the life they once enjoyed. You have to take care of yourself now. It's too late to realize it after you're sick or injured.
Yes, I think you're right. Is that why you're focused on getting to the top, just to tell me that?
Yes, that's right. Miss Himura, please, just take better care of yourself.
All right, I'll keep my promise.
1 week later, I was at the hospital for Manami's physical.
Huh? Hey, Yuya! Who is this pretty lady?
This is Miss Himura, my boss from work.
You don't seem surprised to see me here. What's up?
I'm sorry I didn't mention it to you, but I saw you here a couple times before.
My brother's always talking about you. Would you like to join us for lunch?
Lunch? The three of us?
Come on, Miss Himura. Join us.
Yes. Okay.
It was kind of a strange situation, but here we were, the three of us having lunch.
I'm sorry if I was a bit forward, but it just seemed like my brother wanted to spend time with you.
Come on, Manami, please. Sorry, Miss Himura.
Don't worry about it. I wanted to talk to him too. He helped me out so much.
He helped you? How?
Yeah. How did I help you?
I was always concerned that I had to take time off and go to the hospital to do something. But I was scared. I was scared to leave my job behind, and I was scared to face my illness. I was unable to make a rational decision. But thanks to Yuya, I was able to get the treatment I needed and get better.
I'm glad to hear that, Miss Himura.
And also, I'm sorry that I was so hard on you. I grew up in a poor household, and all I ever wanted was to escape from that dreary existence. That's why I'm so obsessed with work. I was unable to take time off, and watching you, I felt you were not giving it your all. And that's why I was on your back constantly. I'm sorry for that. Now that I met your sister, I now realize how wrong I was. Please forgive me.
No, I should be the one apologizing. I was a burden on you. Always holding your work back because of my lack of enthusiasm.
Yuya.
It was because of you and your commitment to work that got me to really focus on my own life. So you don't need to apologize to me. I'm the one who's grateful.
Thanks, Yuya. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna rely on your support from now on, and also take better care of myself.
Tears seemed to well up in her eyes as she made her pledge to me. I felt a warmness surge through me. A few months later, I was able to become a full-time employee after my contract period ended. I was also able to allot my time for work and allow enough time to take care of my family.
Yes, this is awesome, Yuya. You were able to use your holiday time wisely and leave a wonderful sales result nevertheless. Good job.
Thanks, I try. After that, Miss Himura took 1 month off to remedy her illness. After returning, she kept up the usual pace, but also made sure not to overdo it, and she made sure she took the weekends off.
Oh, yeah, come to think of it, I haven't seen Ida around the office lately.
Yes, he quit. I guess he couldn't take the atmosphere around here anymore.
Well, he wasn't getting the sales he expected, I suppose. As his superior, I feel responsible for his failure.
Miss Himura's just being nice. For me, I'm glad the guy is gone. I was getting sick of his trash talking his coworkers. Good riddance, I say. Anyway, the office environment got a lot better with him gone. Too bad for Ida, but things are a lot better. During one weekend...
Hey, Yuya! Miss Amura! This restaurant looks pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, looks awesome. Let's go for it. What do you say?
Yes, looks wonderful. I'm in.
Manami and Miss Himura became close after encountering each other at the hospital so many times. We've recently been going out quite often.
Hey, Yuya! Why don't you two go out one of these days?
Huh? You mean me and Miss Himura?
It's Aya.
How long are you going to keep calling her Miss Amura?
Yeah, well...
Oh, maybe you guys would rather be together without me?
No, you're more than welcome.
It's more like my brother wants to be together with just you.
Well, I can make that happen.
You can make... Whether or not we become romantic, that's another story. I was just happy for the present. I'll worry about the future later.